Okay, our next Hall of Famer is a 1987 graduate of Westside. Colleen Hurley is one of the best all-around athletes ever to come out of Westside. She received All-State recognition in basketball and was a two-time All-Stater in soccer. But it was on the volleyball court where she became a special player. She was named to the All-State team as a junior and as a senior. Colleen helped Westside go to the state tournament every year that she was in high school. But in 1985, the Warriors made their only appearance in the state finals where they finished as the state runner-up. Colleen continued to have success on the volleyball court in college. At the University of Maryland, she was named the Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year in 1990 and was also named the most valuable player of the conference tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hall of Famer Colleen Hurtado.
Wow, this is awesome. I just need to take a moment because Mr. Klein said I only had 3 minutes. Told me 5 times tonight. Westside was awesome. There's no other words to describe it. My coaches, they looked out after me. They cared about what I did or where I was going. And Coach Gilpin, he was such a trooper. I was a sophomore when he started the soccer program there, and he had his hands full. We all thought we knew way more than him. Where are you at, Gilpin? Kudos to you. I used that little trick, you know, the hill on the side of Westside. He said, "Go check out the fence." I use that on my boys now. I have a 5-year-old boy, a 3-year-old boy, and a 1-year-old boy. So this talking to adults is a little foreign to me. Someone asked me, "What's the best new restaurant in Omaha right now?" And I said, "I can't tell you that, but I can tell you what kind of Huggies will make your poop not stink." I'm not going to butcher his last name. I seriously was like at my wit's end, and I get this phone call and I see Westside, and I'm like, "They need a volleyball coach." Then he told me I was being inducted in the Hall of Fame, and I thought, wow, that is amazing. And I don't know if you guys know my history. I'm the youngest of 9. I have 7 older brothers. And each one of them think they're the best athlete in the family. Let me tell you, those were 7 great phone calls today. Boys, we can put that to bed right now. My sister Meg, 5 years ago, was inducted to the Hall of Fame at Wayne State College, where she went to school. So. How much time do I have? You said number 1. I already knew that. Anyhow, I don't think. Well, did I thank everyone from Westside? I'm looking at Marty Kaufman. I have a funny story about that because Dan and I are going to tell all his funny stories. So I was in 9th grade at Valley View, struggling, wondering, oh my gosh, should I transfer to Marion or not? And he came up to me and I sprained my ankle in a soccer game, and I was in the middle of volleyball season at Valley View, and he said to me, "Hurley, yeah, you can't play in the game tonight?" And I was like, "Huh, I sprained my ankle." And he goes, "You need to decide what sport you're going to play." I go, "Okay, I choose soccer." He goes, "Never mind." It was amazing. Mr. Houston, he was awesome. I remember he pulled me into his office and he said, it was either Mr. Houston or my brother Joe, but he said, "You know what, Colleen? People can read lips. I think I was getting a little carried away on the volleyball court. Dr. Finley, you were the best too. You guys, Westside is amazing, and I kind of said to someone the other day, I feel bad that, you know, I don't go to all the football games, or I, you know, wasn't asked to be the volleyball coach. Okay, here's my last funny story. Playing adult soccer, I thought, oh my gosh, I was a great athlete. You know, I tried to tell myself, tried to tell my husband, he's like, yeah. And so I said, I'll play soccer. And so I'm playing on this team, and this soccer mom, obviously never played before, but knew every angle, everything. She's like, you guard her. And I go, she's 30, and she played for Creighton, and she's still in really good shape. And she's like, guard her now! And I walked over to the sideline, I'm kind of irritated, and my husband's like, what's wrong with you? And I said, she just yelled at me. And she was like, so? And I was like, he goes, well, get off the field if you can't play. And I'm like, oh my God. Well, anyhow, I stewed about that for days and days, and all of a sudden I said, it's not the fact that she yelled at me, it's the fact that she thought she could. I've never been yelled at. Well, anyhow, I truly think that the greatest thing about athletics is the family. Well, for me, is my family. I'm blessed beyond words. You know, I got my brothers here, their wives, I got my favorite cousin Bill and his wife Kathy, although he wants to be sitting at the prep table. And it would have saved me $50 if But who I want to thank most are my parents, the late Bernie and Dorothy Hurley. I don't know, you just can, that's my sign I might cry, but I'm not going to, because they were the inspiration for all of us. They had 9 kids, and they never, well, the only way they'd miss a game is the Huskers were playing, Dan. But anyhow, no, they came to all my games. They were always there. And there's a picture on the screen that I found, and in the background is my entire family in the Westside Stadium just cheering me on, and it was awesome. And a true testimony to that is when I got to the University of Maryland, it was my first game, and everyone was like, ooh, the girl from Nebraska. And I stunk. I royally stunk, and I didn't have that support system. Well, neither did they. We only had 8 people in the fans. That changed. But I didn't have my mom or my dad or my brothers or my sister to be there to put their arm around me and say, you stunk. And I don't have any lightsabers. Anyhow, in conclusion, my brother Joe, have you met him? He really wants to get up and talk. Because he thinks because he should be inducted into Westside. But he didn't go to Westside. He talks about that a lot. Anyhow, thank you to everyone. Thank you so much.
Success.